Yep, I am here.
Hi.
How's it going?
Good.
My
Great. How are
camera,
you doing?
I am wonderful. Good. All right. All right. You.
I'm just
How's the day
closing up
treating
some
you?
tabs here.
Oh, it's wonderful. I just left my son's friend's baseball friend birthday party. We had he had it at Turtle Cove, a park that's by Romulus. So it was really nice. So just
Nice.
came from swimming. So
Nice. Wow. Fun.
they did tell me, Harlan said he will just be getting out of church. That's why I kind of wanted to do it in the afternoon.
Hmm.
And then Mr. Gordon said he is gonna try to make it as well.
And, and,
Awesome.
and who's Mr. Gordon?
That's
He's
Ruben.
also our,
That's
I might have mentioned him to you as Ruben, Jim.
oh Ruben. Okay,
yep,
Or
right.
yep.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a name I remember. Awesome. Well, we've been thinking a lot. Okay, and I'm really looking at all of the various um, discussions and thoughts and brainstorming items, and um, then of course with a couple of days of thinking since our last engagement,
hmm
um, it just gets better and better.
Yeah, I've been speaking. We actually met with a
Oh,
guy, his
now I'm back.
name, oh, yep, he's actually doing a kind of a community central hub in Detroit that he wants us to be a part of. And we spoke a lot about bridging what we're working on in the park with this community hub that they're trying to establish. With they got grants and everything. They're trying to really create like jobs for youth, returning citizens, education, providing hands-on education. But the main thing is I was making sure we were building relationships in terms of that that play mindset that we had spoke about in terms of retaining information, because we were speaking a lot about like how every school is below almost like 12% in math and reading in Michigan, and we were trying to find innovative ways. And Mr. Gordon and Harlan from prior you know, community work that they've done, they have like an updated curriculum, and things that are associated with how to actually, present to the schools of what we're trying to teach. From that, I wanted to kind of develop that play. How do we get them to understand concepts through action, interaction, doing, and being able to retain the information? Because I know, with me being in the sciences, physics, it didn't really, I didn't really catch on until I was shown and started to see things like the bowling balls, and I really do really want to try to kind of work on how to really incorporate education in terms of being able to provide that resource. So
I
Wow.
think I
I
think
just
you go
I
ahead.
just wanted to add real quick before you start, Jim. That's William Pointer is who Harlan was trying to
yep,
connect us
yep,
with.
yep.
Right. That's the curriculum that you're speaking of.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes,
Okay.
yes. Hmm.
Well, the play proposition is getting huge support,
Yeah.
um, and and again the centerpiece of that thinking is about what does the young person and how do they view their interaction, their activity, their capability, their agency, um, from their perspective. And then the underlayment for developing a curriculum around their understanding is a wonderful marriage. So if he's been working in that arena, that's a timely thing. Very
Give
timely.
me one. I'm looking for a pen. This is crazy. I got everything. I'm looking at my book bag like, I don't have a pen. Give me 1 second.
I'm gonna put the mural link in the chat too.
Okay.
Oh, I have that up. I didn't. Let me go to it. Okay. Let's get rid of some of these tabs.
That's what I had to do before.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, I was working last night. I'm like, man, I gotta,
You should see Jim's tabs too. They get out of hand.
yeah, I'm like, this is okay. Enter as a visitor. So should I I need to create an account. I didn't get a chance to create an account. Well, let's just enter. I'll do that a little later.
Yeah, you should be oh good, I see you, Spider.
Yep. Okay, got it. I
That's
wanted,
a good icon that they gave you serendipitously, a spider, because you're weaving webs.
I'm trying to connect the dots and
Yes.
make sure everybody is, this, you need this, you got that, I got this. So yeah.
Nice.
I did. We can move forward because we have another meeting at 6 o'clock tonight. That is our normal weekly meetings at 6 p.m. So we usually try to cover everything, talk about everything and keep it brief because it's a Sunday. But we do try to update. So anything that they are unable to receive, I'll cover for them. So
Okay.
Beautiful.
Not to worry. But we were looking at the location and hoping that there might be a greenway, like maybe the DeQuinder Cut Greenway, but it's just too far.
Oh, I'll show you.
yeah.
Oh, Ruben is here, Mr. Gordon.
Oh, beautiful.
He still told me to call him Ruben, so I was calling him
Yep,
Ruben.
he does. He does want to. Does. Yeah.
When Jim was talking about the DeQuinder Cut, I was going to show you a couple of
Yeah, the DeQuinder Cut is a little bit of a distance away.
Yeah.
But
But not to worry, we'll do pop-ups.
Yeah.
Hello, Ruben. Oh, you're muted.
You're muted.
Hello, happy Labor Day. Like we should have a Neighbor Day. I'm with it.
Labor Day.
Happy Labor Day.
How's everybody?
Good.
Wonderful. How are you doing today?
I'm great. I'm in Lexington with family and puppies and kids. So it's a wonderful day. We're right next to Lake Huron. So my son is going to put on some swim trunks and test the waters.
Nice. Beautiful.
Yeah. It's gorgeous up here.
I love that town. It's so cute.
You love the what?
I love the town of Lexington. It's such a cute little town.
Oh yeah, it really is. Is. Always, it's just relaxing to be up here, get away from it all for a little bit.
Yes.
How's everybody doing?
Good.
Beautiful.
Wonderful.
We were just talking about curriculum, and I understand you're the curriculum guy.
Me and ChatGPT can come up with some amazing.
Jim, that's William Pointer was that person.
Yeah, me and I think it's Mr. Pointer. Mr. Pointer.
Oh, Mr. Pointer, right. That's right.
Yeah,
right.
Ruben is Better Youth Movement, Better Detroit Youth Movement.
Yeah, and the Brownie Company, which has been consuming a lot of my time.
Uh-huh.
Um, I teach my students. I have just had a summer camp that just ended in August for 22 high school students with autism and special needs out of Detroit.
Wow.
I'm currently working with 5 young men with special needs between the ages of 11 and 17 out of Pontiac.
Oh, wow.
And
Really?
yeah, and we're getting ready to work with some more students, put a kitchen into this beautiful space that Brian has seen. We're building
Yeah,
on.
the community space I spoke about earlier, that central community space that will be providing jobs, resources to people, that we're going to bridge with the Adoptive Park program and what we're doing with the Adoptive Park program. So he'll
Yeah,
actually, the Better Detroit Brownie movement will actually be in the central location, as well as the Better Detroit Youth Movement will be working with them as well.
yep.
Wow.
Yeah, so we're really excited. Again, teaching the kids life skills, business skills, so centered on social entrepreneurship, where they learn to earn money, but more importantly, know the importance of helping others, and obviously baking skills as well. So, just a
Wow.
very special time, and we're grateful to be a part of the opportunity to work with you guys in terms of revitalizing our parks and what they mean to the communities, right?
Absolutely.
Yes.
So how are you plugged into Pontiac?
Oh, I've been doing work in Pontiac for the last 4 or 5 years. I do some early childhood literacy work with first and second graders, teaching them today's readers are tomorrow's leaders.
Wow.
And,
Is that through the
I
school
also
district?
no, it's actually a part of the Pontiac Regional Chamber.
Oh,
Oh,
terrific.
It's a
wow.
program on, yeah.
Yeah, we just
Um,
lost Domini.
We
That's
just
a
lost
shame.
Domini. We were
Yeah.
so sad about that. We worked really closely with Domini Head.
oh, I didn't know that. He was one of my good friends, and I have a bigger hole in my heart. But
Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
I miss him terribly. But to me, it inspires me to make sure that his legacy continues to grow. And
Hmm.
Wow.
he's done some amazing work with students, exposing them to engineering related trades. He had a summer camp going on as well.
Hmm.
So yeah, we just have to keep his memory alive through the value of what he meant to so many, right?
Right.
Yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely. A
I'm
tough
gonna,
act, a tough act to follow.
yeah,
Yeah.
tough act to follow.
We were fortunate to have been awarded, the Better Detroit Brownie Company was awarded Newcomer Company of the Year from the Pontiac Regional Chamber a few years ago. And so, again, Dominique and I had a very special relationship. He and I delivered brownie trays to schools throughout Pontiac as a thank you gift towards the end of the school year.
Hmm.
Um, so I'm I'm all about supporting the value of his work, and again, making sure that we are all involved in terms of the quality of the work that he was doing, and making sure that it's not for naught, and it continues to grow. Right.
Right. Right. Well, there's certainly some ways in which the work that we had preceded. I was born and raised in Pontiac, so it's been a kind of lifelong venture. And this more recent last 3 years, we've been down in Detroit, uh, thinking about what the various elements that could knit Pontiac to Detroit and Detroit to Pontiac.
Mm-hmm. And for a
And
short period, we had a greater Pontiac youth movement taking form, and the lady who was heading that up, her name was Chef Kiki Locke. I think she moved back to California, and we
We
didn't
know
have
her.
enough. You know Kiki?
Yeah, yeah. Jim Kendra. You'll remember her as
uh,
Kendra with
yep,
lyrics on vinyl and the Sheets
Yep, yep,
partner.
yep,
yep, yep,
yep,
yeah.
yep.
So she was heading it up, but for whatever reason, it fell by the wayside. I think she had some personal issues. I don't recall the specifics. But we
Pontiac
continue.
went. Pontiac fell by the wayside.
Oh, I know,
Yep. Right.
and
And
that's why the work that we do there is so important, right?
right. Absolutely, absolutely.
Absolutely.
And now we have the county coming, and in that there may be some really great opportunities to make good on some promises that were made but never kept.
Well, and I also recently read about some bad politics that have have led to the current condition of, you know, what's happening, or more importantly, what's not happening in Pontiac, right?
Yes.
Absolutely,
Yes.
absolutely. And I think we have a really good opportunity. You know, the county executive has recognized how dangerous that proposition is, and he's kind of washed his hands of the leadership and left it up in Sean Carlson. And Sean Carlson and I have had a couple of good conversations
Mm-hmm.
about reality and
Right.
what it is and what it isn't, more likely. And so I think we have an opportunity there. But overall, it's it's a piece of work. It is a piece of work. I don't know
Right.
how a $500 million is going to be spent that is going to manifest itself in a fashion that will benefit the citizens.
Well, you know, there's something called misappropriation. I think that is that is at the center of
Mhm.
That's a good word.
yeah.
Yeah, we
And
hear that
so,
one come up a lot in city council meetings.
sure, sure. And so we have to look at making sure that, you know, not only is uh, our funds targeted to the community the way that they should be, allocated to the community the way that they should be, and, you know, make sure politicians keep their promises, right?
Yeah,
And
absolutely,
yeah,
absolutely. Yeah.
Yes.
So that's going to be interesting, and we think a good deal of that's going to take place between now and election time.
mm-hmm.
We'll
I
kind of
agree.
know the lay of the land. We'll know who is vulnerable and who can participate in a collective vision that honors the citizens.
Well, and we'll know who the new mayor is. I was friends with Mayor Tim. I did
Mm-hmm.
like him, but I think that he stepped out before things got too heavy from a political standpoint,
Uh-huh.
right? And it's going to be interesting to see who wins. I don't do politics or religion because they tend to divide us rather than unite us, and I'm all about the broader community and working with people and not being put into a bucket of special interest. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're speaking our language. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, I'm glad that, you know, like souls are in the building. That's it. That's very important, right? I
Yes, it
think
is.
it's the only thing that's going to make a difference at the end of the day.
Yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I
Well,
put a little post in here for the post that we made for Domini Head's memorial. Just because it's kind of a little story about some Earth Day activities we did with Domini, which with his recycling company. Uh-oh, did we
Yep.
lose you?
No, I'm still here. I was
Okay.
actually taking a look at video.
Oh yeah. Um and he we were just in love with his startup that recycled we recycled about how many pounds of eight how many pounds did
off
we
the
do
property that day, about 38 pounds of recyclable that we picked up.
recyclable and he made them into t-shirts.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wow.
that's very
Wow.
cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
Great
So if
guy.
you yeah, you can take a deeper look at that a little bit later, but I just wanted to share that with you.
Yeah, well, I didn't know that we were connected, you know, beyond just the original conversations and in the greater community of work that we do. So I'm inspired to know that.
Yes. We are as well.
Well, thank you. I'm trying to get back to Zoom. Hold on a second. I'm not quite as good at
Tech savvy.
technology. I'm not as tech savvy as most of you young whippersnappers. So just bear with me momentarily. There we go. I think I'm back in the house.
You're
Oh,
back.
there you go. Hello.
Yeah.
So So, and Jim, you were gonna say something I before I said that about like Pontiac and
Well, I mean, there's a rich tapestry of folks who have been, doing that kind of work behind the scenes for 25 or 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going anywhere. They they happen to live there, and they have made contributions over their lifetime. And so, however this shakes out, that's going to be the base. I think that actually contributes something of meaningful long-term consequences and so forth and so on. Politics, as you pointed out, make strange bedfellows every 4 years.
Right.
And people who have been working hard and contributing over lifetimes know a certain value chain that supersedes politics. And so, regardless of who gets and finds themselves in position. In fact, I went to Kermit and said, oftentimes the people's choice doesn't get elected. Are we going to?
That's usually the case because again, it's typically the politician with deeper pockets
There you
that
go.
winds up winning, right?
Right. So I
Yeah,
got him to commit
unfortunately.
to going ahead and doing what we're proposing anyway. Okay. And
Right.
that would have occurred anyways, but I wanted to hear him tell me, okay, so that he
Yeah.
understands he's got support where you can't get support because it's not about the money, it's about your personality. And Kermit has always been about the people.
Oh yeah. He's another friend of mine. I've done some stuff with him in the past as well. So again, I'm glad that we're connected in that space, and
Yep.
we're going to have to look at how we can collectively make sure that Pontiac continues to or does a better job of engaging and enriching our children and communities, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So we'll
And
continue this conversation.
these processes supersede politics, and we're watching it nationally, and we're watching it internationally, and we're watching it locally.
Yeah.
And there's commonality of purpose there that supersedes the pocketbook. And I think in that fashion, in talking to Brian and Steve Ragland and so forth and so on, there's that opportunity in Detroit as well. I mean, there's billions being spent on Michigan Avenue at Michigan Central.
Mm-hmm.
There's no question about that. But the game plan is a bit weak. In other words, the automotive sector is experiencing problems. The tariffs are causing them great concerns. It's actually dictating some of the things that unfortunately are drawing eyes in the wrong direction, in my opinion. And it's why we're doing Parking Day again in downtown Detroit on Michigan Avenue, because that is about people. And until we have people actively engaged on Michigan Central and on the Greenway there at Joe Louis and Ralph C. Wilson Park and so forth and so on, it's up in the air. And we were dealing with the innovation officer, Vince, and talking to him more directly as part of the city of Detroit. And he said, well, the greenways are going to go out to the neighborhoods. And we said, well, we think the direction is that the greenways are going to bring people from the neighborhoods into their downtown. And Pontiac has the same situation. We're talking about the parks being extended from governance, but really it's about people being downtown in protecting their rights and protecting their citizenship. There's a thought that doesn't matter. Well, it does. I mean, cities are built on neighborhoods. It's not the other way around. Okay.
Right.
And that wins. So get on the people side of things. Provide them with the opportunities that make them more able to deal with the situation and constrictions that come from governance, and overcome that.
Right. We shall overcome one day. I agree.
There we go. And have some fun while we're doing it.
Yeah, well, I think doing meaningful work is fun, right? I mean, I tell my students that you're here to help others, and I see that there is a transformation that takes place when they're able to realize that.
There we go.
And so, in complete transparency and openness, I've given up on adults. And so, I consider the only thing that I can do by and large is work with the children and for the children. And so that's the space that I embrace more
This
often
is
Yeah,
than
great.
not.
This is
that's
great. This is
beautiful.
great. Yeah. Well, we're kindred spirits.
Well, that's good to know. The load is lighter when we lift it together. Um, One of the things you mentioned was it Michigan Central, and I have some friends who own the Western Market, which is across the street from Michigan Central on Michigan Ave.
No? Wow.
Okay.
And they're trying to revitalize that space.
Which,
Apparently there were three markets in Detroit. One was Central Market, which closed down. The other was Western Market, which closed down, and the only one that is still standing is Easter Market. And I have an elderly couple. I'd say they're in their 70s, which I hope doesn't mean that they're elderly. Um, they are trying to resurrect and revitalize Western Market, first as a farmers market, but as you all probably know, we're going to be having a soccer field built in that
yeah.
proximity,
Right.
which,
Wow.
which would bring a lot of energy and synergy to the rebirth of the Western market. So let's put that opportunity on our radar as well.
That's
Yes.
great. Yeah.
I'm gonna put it on our mural. I'm gonna share my screen right now and put it on the mural right now.
Okay.
Yeah, this mural is something that we have in development and been playing with for a few years, and would like to bring it into young people's um, abilities and get their understanding. Basically, it's a journey map and a vision and a game plan, or a beginning and an end, and then let the young minds fill it with their understandings, their ideas, their concepts, their wishes, their hopes, their dreams, etc.
I love
I'll
it.
put
I
it.
love
I'm
it.
gonna
Yeah,
put it put it on the game plan.
I was gonna say that's if you can kind of help me grasp, understand a little bit of what's going on in the mural, then I'll because that's kind of what I wanted to. I seen that we had that tier, those numbers that it said like 1, 2, 3, and I'm like, okay, well, this will be, I guess, step three in trying to figure out what is moving, how to kind of understand what is all going on.
Well, if you look at the three graphics, and we usually start out with kids with the graphics themselves, which are 4 by 8 feet sheets
Mhm.
and some sticky notes, and then we begin the process of defining what it is that they might be interested in. And if we go up to the journey map, and the journey map is, let's imagine that that's a year from left to right.
Right.
And
Okay.
so we're starting off in 2020, the beginning of 2025, and we're centrally located in the year of 2025, and then we're going on to 2026.
Hmm.
And we're just looking for some insights over a period of time, in the way in which that goes through is by how they interact in what they wish to determine. So we might have our first meeting, which is over on the left-hand side on the bottom, and that's just kind of a feedback loop. And then you might have, some understanding that would serve the platform, or uncanny combinations, if you will, that we're going to bridge
Mm-hmm.
between now and 2026. And then a third meeting, let's say, and then you're on to the next year. But
Add the letter like that because I feel like the fire would get so. It could. That's why you have to be careful.
so Monica, drag down to the vision and the game plan real quickly, and so you got to have a beginning and an end. So the vision is supported by these six circles, if you will, and they're kind of contextual. In other words, they're not something in specific, but something that we agree to over a conversation or elements of interest or elements of informed information or elements of ideas, concepts, etc., etc. And the
Mhm.
really great thing about this is not what we're doing in this moment. It's what you remember tomorrow morning that you wished you would have had in the moment. And that's why
Right.
this,
Ah,
I think that's why this really plays loudly, because we'll go away from this with a lot of thoughts that we had, most of which we'll probably capture because we're all very interested in getting engaged in development. But generally speaking, meetings come and meetings go, and oh, I'll remember that. And the next meeting, no, you won't. It won't
yeah.
be there. So kids are really good at this. Adults, not so much. Kids are off the charts. You have to get out of the way. 0 to 6, they've never been asked.
We have the same mentality as Ruben
It,
has. Enough
yeah,
with the adults.
yeah. In middle
Right.
school,
Yeah.
in middle school, you have to ask twice. In high school, don't ask. They've never been asked, so they're suspicious right away. Okay, and so you have to really work hard to get them to buy in. All right, but it is amazing when it's of their own making how easy that is, and that's what I heard in Ruben's discussion just now, about how he goes about engaging their understanding, and that's a magical tool. I mean, most you either have that capacity or you don't. You either are open to the vast myriad of things that could be said or thought, or you're not. Traditional education, it's a closed book. It's just not there for them.
Right.
They're
Right.
working for mandates that currently are 20 years old, 30 years old. Their last century, in fact, they're based on an understanding that served us very well in the 1900s, in 2000, okay, up to 2000. Um, and we have been working with the governor in a certain fashion because she has a tie to Pontiac. And so over the years, we've met occasionally and been involved in processes when we wanted to save Ottawa Towers and the Phoenix Center. And then more importantly, the current budget director, Jen Flood, was part of a team that was hired by Ottawa Towers when we were attempting to save it. And she was there before her tenure as the current budget director. And of course, for education, she's going to be the fall guy. It's not going to be the governor. It's going to be the budget director because it's all about the money, and they don't
Mm-hmm.
have the money, and they've spent billions over the last 10 years, just unnecessary things that they poured money into that produced no results. Michigan is 44th in the country in education. The country is 36th in the world. Does anybody have to ask why we got a problem? I mean, it's just sad, okay? And it's not about money, it's about process. And
Right.
that's what I heard in Ruben's presentation was process is number one. Um, and I just so wholeheartly agree with the approach that you have.
Yes.
It's magic, and you
And
either
also,
have that or you don't. You don't train
yeah.
it. It's something that exists in the individual, and recognizes that engagement requires patience
Right.
and insight and some good thinking. Kids are off the charts when they're given that opportunity. They just will blow your mind. And you just need to know that and be very patient, allow them to suss it out, and they will absolutely land in a very special place.
Yeah, and they're waiting for us. I mean, it's really become a world where we become two different worlds. A lot of adults have given up on our children, or at least that's their summation.
Yeah.
And a lot of children are waiting for us to show up for them. And so um, I'm very excited about the work that we're doing with the Youth Empowerment Center on Grand River and Greenfield. I think it's going to be a game changer. I'm very excited, to be working on the Adopt a Park program because it gives us a community platform to engage residents surrounding these spaces. Um, as I mentioned earlier, I think it's important that we revitalize our parks as community anchors, right? I mean, we drive by parks and playgrounds these days, and by and large, they're barren
Yeah.
and underutilized. And
Yes.
so, back when I was growing up, and I'm dating myself, um, the park was the epicenter,
Right.
if you will, of the community. And so for us to be able to work towards creating that reality again is going to have a profound impact on community and children.
Well, recent research.
Wait, hold on one second. Ruben, what was the youth center that you with Grand River? Where was that?
Yeah.
It's on Grand River and Greenfield, 15400 Grand River.
That was
Go ahead,
that
Bob.
was the center I was speaking about. I kind of gave a quick synopsis earlier about that we met with that will be providing jobs, resources, uh, health resources. People can get certifications. Just a safe space for the youth to come and develop and grow.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
and
And
there's going to be
what was the address again?
15400 Grand River.
Thank you. Okay.
You're welcome.
Sorry, go ahead.
And Ashiki is also the gentleman who is spearheading it, and I believe he's tied into the state in terms of developing this space. He's excited about being a part of the park program too. So,
Yeah.
again, it's going to take the best of us to put in the work for the rest of us.
Mhm.
So
I'm
with
excited.
Beautiful.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
oh no, I was I was just gonna follow up and reinforce what you were saying. I'm in contact with him, and we'll be in contact with him after this meeting to figure out where the bridging points are because we got returning citizens that we'll be working with there. We got youth, we got regular citizens in the community. So it's a plethora of things going on at that youth center.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Interesting. Wow.
Yeah. So I use the term wraparound services. I'm sure most of you are familiar with that.
Yes.
You can't help the child if the parents are struggling,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
And so it's going to be a health resource center for a number of different health related matters. It's going to offer a variety of youth programming so we can engage young people where they are to enrich them where we want them to go and grow and where they want to go and grow. We're currently building out the kitchen, so the Better Detroit Brownie Company will have a presence in that space. And the work that we do is led by life skills, right? We center on gratitude, affirmations, mindfulness, and empathy as virtues that can benefit any person, young or old. I exercise and evolve them daily, right? And
Mhm.
so when you help a young person understand that there are skills they can develop to help them navigate a very challenging world that so many of us and so many of them face, they are better positioned to look at the world and look at themselves differently, right?
Sure.
And they're
Absolutely.
better positioned to, bring value to the world.
Yes.
And I
Wow.
think incredible body of work you're talking about there, and the governance is turning in that direction. I mean, play now is thought to be the magic pill. Who didn't know that? but but now the governance is actually going to support those kinds of efforts. So funding should be something that you find coming your way in a myriad of ways. but from the government's point of view, that had been, closed off. But I think that you're going to be in the moment bringing about the change
Diversity.
that they're looking for. Okay.
Well, and that's and the reality is the life skills are the precursor to successful student, right?
Mhm. Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
And so I think that, and you mentioned this earlier, Jim, that we our education system is failing our children more than our children are failing.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Amen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kid,
So when we
kids.
Absolutely.
can, yeah, when we can, re-examine and rebirth that model in terms of lifting children with life skills, then
Mhm.
everything that they do, everything that they become will, better be
Abs-
able to grow.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely. Wow. Well, this is fun. Let's do this some more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yes.
so I would love to continue this conversation because, again, it's not every day that you can speak to like minds and souls. But I have a kid who wants me to
Yeah.
help him make s'mores and who wants to go swimming in the Huron. So,
Yes.
um,
You go do
what I
that.
yeah, and not to say that all of you aren't very important because you are,
Yeah, yeah.
but I don't
Oh,
get to spend as much time with my son as I'd like to.
We're
So I'm
good.
going.
yes. We're good. We're
I'm
We're
good.
going.
good.
Okay, and let just
All
Brian
right.
just let me know next steps. Monica and Jim, let me know next steps. I'm here for you.
All right.
I Monica has my cell phone number, so just keep me, abreast and let me know how I can serve the greater good, and I'm there. Okay.
Awesome.
Okay.
Thanks
Got
for
it.
your
Beautiful.
Got
time.
it.
Thanks for your
Thank
time.
you,
Okay.
Ruben. Have a fun time out there.
I of our weekend, and let's keep growing good. Okay.
Yes. Sounds like a plan.
All right. Peace.
Well.
Peace.
Wow.
Okay, Brian. So, do you have any more questions
Um,
too about the mural and
nope.
anything like that?
I have a
What's
better
on your brain after
understanding.
all that?
So yeah, I have a better understanding. It's so funny, hearing how, the education system has failed us and everything. And it's like, when I was studying at Michigan State, I look at how innovative I had to be in terms of retaining information. I mean, down from acronyms, drawing in different colors, creating diagrams that, pop quizzing with friends, making it that interaction of, okay, yes, we're learning information, but we're making it fun. We're writing in our favorite colors. We're
Mhm.
we're you know
Wow.
we're we're doing things, and so it's when you say like historically, it's like people have had to learn that, and I feel like that has been a known um what's the theory that playing helps you retain information, but it's just as matter of we just didn't want to change the education system,
Two
Right.
and
two
we,
things.
we
Two
Oh
things
my
have
God.
two
That's
two
so great.
things.
I got goosebumps.
Two things happened when um, the paycheck became more important than raising the child. And one of those was the protection all of a sudden and the drift away from allowing the child to learn about the world in their own way. And so
Mm,
we did them no favors by keeping them from having engagement opportunities where they learn how to navigate the world around them, meaning personal relationships, social relationships. Um, for 3 or 4 or 5 decades, you couldn't go outside. You're driven
yeah.
everywhere. You have no opportunity to find yourself in a situation where you have to make decisions and distinctions for yourself. They've been made for you. Well, if you've never had to make those distinctions, then you're lost. You really are not experiencing the world in the fashion that you will be taught by how you interact with it.
What
The
what
wiser minds now are recognizing that failure and
mhm.
why social media is so destructive.
Man.
And the first reaction to that is we want to take the devices away. And that's the wrong reaction.
Mhm.
these kids are going to have their devices in order to be a productive citizen.
It's the age of technology. So yeah,
Right.
Absolutely.
You don't take
that's
away the
not the right.
device.
Yeah, that's not the right.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
they need more opportunities to explore the world in a safe environment, but on their own. And that's what I think is so impactful about Landscape Park, okay, is there is places there for them to gather and be by themselves, even though they are going to have protection of people that are there in protecting their self-interest. But they will be alone to decide the way in which they're going to play, the way in which they're going to organize, the way in which they're going to do things. And that place, we have a thing that we're working on right now called 5, 50, 500, and 5,000. Well, let's say 5 of us just met today, and we'd like to get 50 kids between now and the end of September, and we'd like to see 500 kids from a school or a couple of schools, and then next summer we'd like to have 5,000 kids come to Lansky Park, okay? And then we'll be somewhere. Then we'll have some way in which to impact education in a local way as well as a statewide and maybe even a national model, because you will have attained enough capacity to have an influence. And we know that the current Michigan education solution is not in the making. We have done more to move that needle today, just now, than the state has done with billions of dollars.
Yeah.
And
I
we're going
agree.
to make our good friend Jen Flood, the budget director, aware of that. And she's
Yep.
followed us, and so she's aware of us. And it has had zero impact on the governor. But then the governor's not going to be responsible. Jen Flood is going to take the heat because it's about the money, and she's the budget director. So 1/3 of our budget goes to education. 1/3, just think of this, 1/3 of the state's budget goes to education. $56 billion a year. And it's clear it's not about the money, because we
Yeah.
got plenty of money.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
That's
It's about the way it's being done. And right now, the curriculum is geared to the 20th century. We're still depending on manufacturing. And if you don't believe that, just read the paper tomorrow morning and you'll see manufacturing being the replacement, okay, for the problem that we have. And of course, it's not going to be the replacement that the problem that we have. The world is going to be changing to AI, not manufacturing. It's going to be about thinking and what can you do? How can your brain posit a thought that's valuable, and that in sharing gets more valuable. And that's a simple explanation of what AI is really all about. It's not about thinking for you. Of course, it would be glad to do that for you if you were dumb enough to think that it would provide you with the right answer. Okay, there's there's a lot of people going, oh man, that's going to be great. No, it's not. It is going to require thinkers, and we haven't taught thinkers, and we need to get back to. And I think that's what
Ruben?
Ruben was targeting. Okay, is he's doing that. He's engaging them. He's presenting them with challenges to thinking. Did we lose him?
We might have.
Yeah, we lost him. I seen it freeze for a second. Let's see if he
Oh,
comes back. Let's see if he comes back.
yeah. Oh, I can't wait
No,
to read.
that's a powerful conversation.
Yes. I can't
You
wait
know?
to read the AI report.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna
Oh
be
yeah.
fun.
Yeah, that's going to be great given what we just ended with, okay?
Are they hearing me now? Hey, AI, I can't wait to read what you come up with after this meeting.
That should be interesting. That should be very, very interesting.
We know how to do a complex AI and get you working.
Yeah, be friendly.
Yeah, be kind to us.
Mhm. Well, do you have his phone number? You might want to tag him and say we're done. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll just give him a shout. Oh no,
Okay.
here he is back.
All right.
Hey, you're back. We were gonna call you and just tell you we could wrap up now.
Yep, I did want to mention Jim really quick.
Yeah.
One of the things
We're
that I've
good. We're
done.
good as long as you are. We're fine. Don't worry about us.
Yep. I did want to mention one of the things that I'm on my phone now because my computer, I don't know what just happened. But one of the things I've done with my son is for that process of problem solving and critical thinking. I usually do guided hardship. So what? Yeah, I call it. Yeah. You like that? Yep. It's called guided hardship for the purpose of when we were, I just taught him how to play chess. And so I
Wow.
was explaining to him, like, this is a thinking game. And at first, even in terms of, and I'm going somewhere with this, he copied my moves originally. And I'm like, that's not how you play chess. He said, well, that's the only way I can beat you. I said, you missing it. I said, this is a thinking game for you to, this is a battle of the minds. And so one of the things that I did is I'll have him put together things by himself. Um, of course, with me supervising, and they're a little difficult. They might be like a whole bed set, and of course I'm helping. But it's to teach him, hey, you know, what tools do you need, or what do like from the
Right.
beginning, and it's like, oh, and he's asking questions like that. Well, I'm like, you got to figure it out. What
There we
resources
go.
are around the house? What is, what have you seen people do in the past that has worked? What do you feel comfortable doing? These are all, considerations that you have to think in terms of problem solving and critical thinking. So I
Wow.
did kind
Wow.
of, yep,
Wow.
yep. I did want to mention that's something that I agree 120%
That's
because it is everything is easy now.
what.
They we have AI to enhance for those who use it to enhance. It works, but a lot of our youth are using it as ways to get around a process of learning. And
Right.
I'm like,
Yeah.
you're
You,
not.
you're nailing it.
Yep, you're
You're
not
nailing it.
learning anything, man. You're not learning anything.
There
So,
you go. There you
um,
go.
Wow.
That's a gift. You have just unmasked the Lone Ranger there, my friend. Okay.
yep.
You have scored there. And so
Um,
and so that's an exciting. How old is your son?
he's 9. He's 9.
He's 9. He's getting that at
Oh my
9.
God.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Awesome. Awesome.
Um,
Awesome. He'll thank you when he's 22, okay?
exactly. Exactly. He doesn't know it yet.
Yeah,
You get a
exactly.
Um,
hardship. Thank you.
but I'm going to this today at 6. I'm going to speak to Mr. Pointer about our actual curriculum, seeing how we can revamp that or what he has plans to and how we can incorporate that in the park, as well as our mule and what we will be presenting. As well as I'm going to reach out to a couple partners that have youth, including us. I'm gonna kind of talk to some kids and see kind of what Jim was saying, some ideas about how we can get their involvement because youth and children, they're spontaneous and they're,
Right.
oh yeah, we should do this, and I'm like, that's kind of an amazing idea, like, and
Yes.
then, yeah. So
Yeah.
I think about my son who to this day had a brilliant business. He's like, "Oh, Dad, we should open up a car wash and serve and do fine dining." And I'm like, "Oh my God!" I'm like, "Dude," I'm like, "Yeah, we probably should." I'm like, sooner or later, I'm like, "Yeah, I want to do something like that," but I got other businesses going on, so I'm like, "But
That might be a good addition to like Western market reinvention or
yeah."
something like that.
When he said it, it was me and my family was in the car, and I'm like, gosh darn it, yeah, you would pay for the car wash and pay for a meal. I said, wait a minute. I said, yeah, that's kind of a good idea, man. I said, so,
New combination.
yeah,
New
yeah,
There
combination.
used to be a bar that I like when I lived in Seattle, and it was a really famous bar, but it was called the Sit and Spin, and it was kind of similar, but it was around laundry. And like
yeah.
it was like a bar that had a laundromat like attached to it.
Yep. And people would just go specifically for that. And
Yeah,
that's an
Right.
yeah, yeah,
amazing idea. So
yeah.
I'm gonna look for different ways to kind of come up with some new ideas and bridging. And then the last thing I wanted was to see if when would be a better time for you guys to meet again, reconvene. I mean, we don't have to, do it too soon, but I want to make sure we're prepared for September 19th.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. So we'll have some input after Tuesday, okay?
Got it. Got it.
Okay,
And
Got it.
I
after
just
Tuesday.
wanted to add to you, Brian, too. Like when you speak about the mural, you can also just like you can say it's a design thinking process.
Got you. I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah. And
That is,
our design thinking is like ahead of the game, you could say, of any kind of design thinking you can find out there.
yeah.
So
So I'm, yeah, super excited because the work we have in store is gonna be impactful. I'm like, we are really trying to, and even like you said, Jim, 56 billion is it's not about the money. It's literally about I almost feel that there's been intentional hindrance on a lot of things. It's like some of this it's got to be purposefully done. Like somebody was taking some money off the top, or we were just spending money somewhere, and it's because for our education system, for everybody to be below reading levels, nobody can
Jeez.
comprehend anything. I'm like, how did we get like this? So,
we
um,
our interest shifted from focused on the family to focused on the illusion of wealth.
Huh.
yes,
Okay.
yes,
And
yeah. I love the way you just put that.
okay.
Because
And
that's exactly what it is.
that's what we traded off.
Yep.
Okay. And that's why 56 billion can be spent and nobody recognizes that it was spent badly. You
Yeah.
know, they just go, well, it was spent on education. That's good. Wrong.
Yeah.
It was, and it has been for for way too long. Recognize the transition from manufacturing, which was God's gift, okay, for 100 years.
Yeah.
We led the world. It made us the world power that we are. Is no longer the gift, okay.
Yeah. It's AI.
So
Right.
in this moment, we're making that shift, and that shift is going to go to a different place with a different reason, with an unknown outcome. We do not know what that outcome is, but you have to have faith in the young people. They will find it.
Yep.
They will know what that is, even though we may not. What we do know is that they need that help to have overcome the old system. We're still paying for the old system. Manufacturing is still in the mouths of everyone the future, and it's just not
Oh,
because
Harlan's here.
oh great,
Hey, I was just about to text him if he come. Yeah, he called me, but I was about to.
oh good,
Hi, Harlan. You here? Not yet.
he's coming. There he is.
You guys hear me?
There he is. Good
Hey,
afternoon.
Harlan.
Good afternoon. Hey guys. I've been trying my best to join the meeting, and it's been a little hectic on my end.
No worries. Not to
Not
worry.
to
Not to
worry.
worry. At least we get to see you for a bit.
Yeah.
So meet Jim. You
Hey,
guys
Harlan.
haven't met yet.
Yeah.
We're gonna come see you at the barber shop soon.
I can say
Yeah.
this:
Yeah.
you keep good company.
Absolutely. Absolutely, Jim. Absolutely, Jim. Yeah. For the kids.
Yeah, it's like bam, bam, bam. Just meeting Harlan.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, well, Harlan, we were actually just wrapping up because I actually gotta go cook dinner and get my niece because she's sick. So
That's
yeah.
Understood.
cool.
But Jim, I'm taking almost 4 or 5 pages of notes, and I'm gonna speak with our team today at 6, and then brainstorm some things, and then we can, after Tuesday, work when the next time to meet will work best for everybody.
That's great. So Harlan,
Beautiful.
just as an overview, what we discovered, and Ruben was with us as well, was this movement, particularly in education, from one of the traditional manufacturing education to one of a much more dramatic technological education, and more importantly, the value of play, merely young people having an opportunity to rediscover how they interact with the world they encounter. And that is this huge shift from the traditional educational funding proposition away from the mandated curriculum based on the 20th century and more towards recognizing that perhaps the young people in our charge have alternative ways of thinking about the world in which they find themselves. And so we're really excited about that because there's a shift that's taking place, and the recognition that young people are going to be leading that shift, is a suggestion that many educators had in the back of their minds, but now it's come to the forefront of policy. So I think the efforts on behalf of this organization, your guys' efforts on behalf of young people over the last, I don't know, what has it been, several years, if not longer. And then some of the folks whom you're tied to, such as Ruben, who have been practicing this out in the real world, speaks huge. So, and what Lansky Park represents to that is that effort on steroids. So that kind of sums up what our meeting was today. This is a video, and so you'll be able to review it and pull other things. And we look forward to hearing what your thoughts may be regarding such.
And I'll
Okay.
show Harlan the mural really quick too.
Yeah.
Or go ahead, Harlan. I'll wait for you to say.
Oh no, I just I wanted to say thank you. My interest is identifying ways to connect and exercise the policy that we were able to get passed and explore things from a national and international level. I know Mr. Harvey has spoke about the capacity to operate in Canada, and I'll be going to London in hopes that I can check in and identify what did take place with the other 5 boroughs that you guys worked on, and
Wow.
see how we can bridge some working gaps.
Wow.
Wow.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
The London
Harlan.
Policy Lab.
I just wanted to say, Jim, I shared with Harlan and he watched it, the London Policy Lab video that we did with Stratford Innovation District in Milan
Right.
with Darren. Okay, go ahead.
So
Yeah.
so 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 Noelito, we have a lot of his stuff, and while we were interacting with them, he never let on what that particular piece of his work was. Okay, and it's explosive on medium. he's
Oh,
posting.
Medium, there's like a blog that one of the leaders of the London Policy Lab writes on Medium, and it's called Noelito. And I'll send you a link. I'll put a link in the chat right now.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
And what that will do is give you a deeper understanding of what's happening there. And then we worked as well with Ford in another third party example of creativity. And was that in Barcelona? Where was the
The
Ford?
the National Street Service,
Yeah,
San Francisco, San Antonio, Boise, and we were the smallest one in the five.
right,
Yeah.
right. So those two things have given us some reach, that that I think is interesting, and from a national and international point of view, provides us some opportunities to expand in a fashion you still can't do in the traditional education system here in the United States.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
we took part in a national initiative called the Million Father March,
yeah,
of Chicago, the Black Star Project. An initiative was based around male involvement. So it was in 777 cities across the US, and it was to take a very special look at the first day of school. So we just got males actively involved, and statistics showed us that if we could, bring some males, we could slow down inappropriate male and female interaction.
wow.
Um,
I
to
think I remember that. Yeah,
Yep, and then we had, the other two statistics are um, they get more involvement and it slows down gang recruitment,
mhm,
throughout the year. So the idea is to, you know, um, again, keep our young people forward and have those conversations because these
mhm,
are the moments that we
mhm.
speak over people's lives and change is implemented. It's not necessarily the end result.
Right. Yeah,
Right.
absolutely, absolutely. Well, I I've been at this maybe, I don't know, 3 decades, yelling and screaming about the failure of this, and we're in a moment where it's turning. It is definitely turning, not because they became informed, but because the world has changed, and
Mhm.
young
Yep.
people today are not waiting, and they're I would like to know what's really going on out there with them, okay? Because we know what's going on. It's that they have the tools, they have the wherewithal, and they have time. And so it's out there, it's going. I'm hoping it's going somewhere good. The work that you guys are doing guarantees that someone is paying attention to why it should and how it can. Um, and we want to support that and figure out how to expand on that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I found Noelito just published recently the strategy of small things.
Yeah,
And
Okay.
he also is posting, it's about this book, Politics of the Everyday.
yeah, right.
Okay.
And and so I'm gonna share it. Did Brian have to leave? Okay, Brian,
Yeah.
we know you gotta go. So if yeah, we won't
All
keep
right,
you.
we're calling a halt here.
Okay, wait. Well, wait. I want to show Harlan this.
Okay.
We got to show Harlan the board a
Oh,
little bit.
show Harlan the
Well,
this.
here, Harlan. If you go to so we were talking with Ruben and Brian about like vision, like journey, vision, game plan. That's our design thinking process that kind of can overlay on top of any curriculum to help it be more interactive and like color based and like more student, like each student can have their own mural. Each project could have its own mural, and then like this is how it looks when you fill it out. Like my background is kind of how it looks when you put it up analog, because these are like 4x4 charts, so they can take up a whole room and kind of give it order and direction of like the way that the group is going.
Zoom into
Okay.
the journey map and just make a
Okay.
case. Just imagine the journey map here is a year-long kind of trail. okay, from the left to the right. And you're kind of beginning, you know, and let's say 2025, and you're going through up to 2026. And, you know, the first area of participant experience is like our first meeting today, and then the situation that we encounter and things that we discuss, and the combinations that become bridges to another meeting to 2026. So that's a year, and then go down to the vision and the game plan for just a
And
second.
you got your sticky notes over on the left, and you can add, people can add like links and their own media,
Ideas, concepts.
yeah, to these planning boards.
Yeah, it sounds like an organizational chart.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what it is, basically. And then so you have a vision, a beginning, and a game plan, which is the end.
Yeah.
And the rest of it is about how we get there.
yes.
Oh, yeah.
And kids are really good at this.
It-
Adults, not so much. Adults were taught to just get the answer, don't do any thinking at all.
Right.
And
I
kids are, when you ask kids at 0 to 6, they're all over it. You got to get out of their way. You get hurt. You ask
Right.
the middle school kids, you have to ask them twice. When you
Right.
get to a high school kid, don't ask. Okay.
Yeah.
I have to take off.
Okay.
Monica, it's always a pleasure being in contact this week. Jim, you the man.
No, you're the man. You're the one that taught your kid the lesson of a lifetime. Okay.
Yep, you the man. Mr. Harlan, can you give me a call when you free up after
Yeah,
this?
Yep. So,
All right.
all right. Well, guys, thank you so much for the time and connecting with our group and, uplifting to more young people.
We're so
Yeah.
excited. We are
We're
so
so
excited about
excited.
Me
And
the work
too.
that you're doing.
you got this strategy of a small things. Both of you, I think, would like this article very much. If
Yeah.
No,
and
I just copied it. I just copied
All
it.
okay,
right.
beautiful.
Yeah.
All
All
right.
right.
All
Talk
right.
Peace
to you
out.
guys soon.
Okay,
Okay.
we'll see you soon.
All right. Bye, guys.
Okay, peace.